the Olympics with boxing. I've been to 5 different weight classes, and I fought the best in my era. The key punch in boxing is the jab.
Hold me back. Hold me back. You fucking suck.
As Canelo Álvarez gets ready for his fight with Terence Crawford, his training camp has taken a different direction. Along with trying fresh training methods, he has also brought in a new coach to work closely with him. The purpose is focused on improving certain exercises that can help his body adjust properly for the weight he plans to carry on fight night against Canelo. Terence Crawford returned to training shortly after recovering from an illness as he began preparing for his September showdown with Canelo Álvarez. His decision to resume camp quickly comes as expected, since the undisputed champion has been getting ready to increase the intensity of his workouts as the fight approaches.
I think, I take more chances,
Excuse me, Crawford.
right now. But earlier in his career, he was taking a lot of chances as well.
As Terence Crawford mentioned, he and Floyd Mayweather Jr. share many similarities in the way they approach boxing. Because of that, fans and analysts have often placed both fighters side by side, debating which of them stands above the other.
Floyd Mayweather, you talk about, money, or do you talk about Pretty Boy? Because Pretty Boy was what is seek and destroy.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. built his success by controlling distance, landing his jab at the right moment, and making opponents pay with sharp counter punches. Those skills allowed him to overcome many different challengers throughout his career.
Hooks again. The lightning hand speed extraordinary. Left hook drops him, and then he hit his head off it en masse here at the engine.
As many observers have pointed out, early in his career, Floyd Mayweather Jr. fought with a more aggressive approach, pressing forward and taking the action directly to his opponents. Later on, as Money Mayweather, he relied more on elite technique and ring intelligence, breaking down opponents with precision. No matter which version people prefer, both styles helped build his legacy as one of boxing's all-time greats. At the same time, fans are still talking about what Terence Crawford did against Errol Spence Jr. in their last meeting. Whether it was the sharp power jab cutting through Spence's defense, his ability to land in close exchanges, or the perfect timing of his counters, Crawford delivered one of the most complete performances seen at that level. Great fighters have been outboxed before, but few have been handled that convincingly against someone as skilled as Spence.
Or jab that he repeatedly snapped through Spence's guard, punching in
time and again. Floyd Mayweather Jr. showed how he could draw opponents into the center of the ring, study everything in front of him, and then break them down with a clear strategy. His ring intelligence was among his greatest strengths, and his philosophy of landing clean shots while avoiding damage became the foundation of a Hall of Fame career that ended with an undefeated record across 5 weight divisions. Terence Crawford has displayed that same high-level ring awareness throughout his own career. Terence Crawford elevated his reputation even further with the performance he delivered against Errol Spence Jr. He dropped Spence 3 times before ending the fight with a dominant 9th-round stoppage. Taking apart a strong, pressure-based puncher like Spence in that fashion was a major statement. Spence had already proven himself by defeating top names such as Kell Brook, Sean Porter, and Dennis Yugas on his way to becoming unified welterweight champion. Terence Crawford has strong defensive ability in his own right, but Floyd Mayweather Jr. raised defensive boxing to a level few fighters have ever matched. That if Crawford had faced Mayweather in his prime, the fight likely would have started cautiously. The opening round would probably be tense, with both men studying each other and looking for openings before fully committing. Early in the matchup, Crawford may be the busier fighter, taking initiative and throwing more combinations while trying to establish control.
That's unbelievable. Young boxing fans that are watching Floyd Mayweather, you're seeing one of the greatest defensive fighter of all time. I mean, that's how strong. If you're wearing, then he's nowhere. You think you... And again, it's not just hand.
Terence Crawford brings steady pressure, And that offensive output could create moments where even Floyd Mayweather Jr. is forced into uncomfortable situations. In a close contest, Crawford's activity, pressure, and sharp straight punching could influence the scorecards, especially if judges favor the fighter setting the pace. In that kind of matchup, those factors could be enough for Crawford to edge a decision. That Crawford's unbeaten record and reputation in boxing reflect the level of discipline behind his preparation. His success has not only come from skill inside the ring, but also from the structure of his training and the way he approaches every stage of camp. Preparing for a major fight like his upcoming bout with Canelo Álvarez requires both physical development and mental focus, and that balance has become a major part of his routine.
The way he rolls with punches, but the way he makes them miss. I mean, here we go. Through a series of punches and nothing really landed. Terrific fight. Well, Mayweather.
Terence Crawford relies heavily on swimming as part of his conditioning, often spending 30 minutes to an hour in the pool at night. Because it places less stress on the joints, it gives him a way to build endurance, while also helping his body recover. Swimming also supports muscle recovery and regeneration, which is important during intense training. Since it does not come naturally to him like road work, he pushes himself harder to get the most out of it. Compared with running, it challenges his cardio in a different way and has become an important part of his camp. Once that work is done, Crawford shifts into boxing-specific training. He consistently works on sharpening both his offense and defense, always looking to refine small details. That can be seen clearly during pad sessions, where he practices reactions, timing, and combinations. One of Crawford's biggest strengths is his ability to switch stances without losing effectiveness. He can move naturally between orthodox and southpaw, which gives opponents constant adjustments to deal with. Some coaches wanted him to stay in one stance, but they eventually saw that his versatility was a major advantage. That remains a central part of his training even now. Terence Crawford has spent most of his life developing under the guidance of his coaching team, building his skills through long-term, structured training. A major part of his preparation comes from pad work with his trainers, where the focus is not on power or speed, but on executing precise technical situations. These sessions are designed around both offensive and defensive patterns, helping him sharpen decision-making and ring awareness. His coaches also incorporate various training tools to refine movement and accuracy. Equipment such as reaction-based drills and punch shields are used to simulate unpredictable situations, forcing quicker responses and better positioning. Crawford is also known for his elite shadow boxing ability. He stays composed while switching between attack and defense, making his movements look smooth and effortless. This calm approach allows him to adjust quickly to whatever is happening in front of him during sparring or competition. Terence Crawford also trains with drills designed to sharpen reaction speed, including sessions where his coach uses sticks or similar tools to create sudden visual cues. These unexpected movements force Crawford to stay alert and respond defensively in real time, helping him improve reflexes and adaptability under pressure. The younger brother of Trainer and Manager of the Year award winner was among those who expressed doubts about the matchup. Speaking to Fight Hub TV, said he was not fully in favor of the fight, even though it is one of the most anticipated clashes among boxing fans. His concerns mainly centered on the significant size difference between the two fighters, highlighting the physical gap between the Mexican and American competitors.
405. There you go.
In his view, speed and natural size advantages on the side of the champion would be difficult to overcome. which is why he admitted he is not a supporter of the fight. Also suggested that Crawford has already achieved a great deal across multiple divisions, moving from 140 pounds to 147, and even stepping up to 154, which is already a significant leap for any fighter. He added that if Crawford wants to continue challenging himself, there are still strong options within his current weight class, including pursuing more undisputed opportunities. However, he also acknowledged a practical issue in boxing.
There are too many weight classes apart. And although the skills, Crawford is one of the best fighters that I've seen. Now,
one of the most vocal figures to raise concerns has been former heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder. In a recent interview with a sports outlet, Wilder questioned the scale of Terence Crawford's move up in weight, particularly the jump from 147 pounds to 168, that Wilder explained that while fighters can adjust their stance and style, switching between southpaw and orthodox, the experience of facing much heavier opponents is completely different. In his view, once the size gap becomes that large, the physical impact inside the ring changes dramatically, and punches feel far more forceful. He suggested that even elite skill does not immediately erase the adjustment period required at higher weights. Since those comments, Crawford has taken another step forward by moving up and capturing a world title at super welterweight, narrowing the gap slightly. However, even with that achievement, a significant weight difference still remains between him and Canelo Álvarez, heading into a potential clash.
It's gonna come down to 160.
Yeah,
Canelo ain't gonna come down, you know, maybe 166 max if he accepts.
Yeah.
I think Canelo wins that fight based on just the size.
The Omaha native, Terence Crawford, would need to show an exceptional level of adaptability and toughness if he steps into the ring with a fighter of Canelo Álvarez's caliber at a higher weight class. While concerns about the size difference raised by figures like Deontay Wilder are understandable, the appeal of this potential showdown is undeniable, as it would bring together two of boxing's most skilled and accomplished athletes. There have also been growing reports around Canelo's fight schedule for 2025, including speculation about a second bout plan for September in Las Vegas during the Mexican Independence Day weekend. According to Boxing Insider commentary, discussions behind the scenes and negotiations involving major financial backing have helped push the idea of a Canelo versus Crawford fight closer to reality. With strong interest from promoters and organizers, some reports suggest that Canelo could command an enormous purse for the matchup, potentially around $150 million, which would place him once again among the highest-paid athletes in boxing. This level of payout highlights just how commercially massive a fight against Crawford would be, even as such figures remain part of ongoing discussion and speculation within boxing media.
Crawford as one of the top 5 fights that he wants to see this year. Is that a fight that you're considering now?
We'll see. We'll see. Everything's possible. We'll see. We want to talk about it, sit down really well and figure out something.
I know you thought he was kind of a lose-lose.
He emphasized that even against a naturally bigger opponent like Canelo, Crawford would not simply try to match size, but instead develop a strategy that makes the opponent work against his own physical advantages, that also expressed confidence that Crawford possesses the complete skill set needed to compete for a third undisputed championship across weight divisions. In his view, serious boxing fans understand that Crawford's timing, versatility, and ring intelligence give him a real chance against anyone, including Canelo. As talk continues around a possible fight date in May or September, interest in the matchup keeps growing, with fans and analysts debating how skill, size, and strategy would collide in one of boxing's biggest potential events.